Wallabies edge Fiji before British and Irish Lions Test Rugby highlights 2025. Wallabies edge out Fiji in thrilling comeback victory. Wallabies last-minute triumph over Fiji, a thrilling pre-Lions Test match. Wallabies vs Lions, can Australia upset the odds? Series preview and injury update. Australia vs Fiji Rugby 2024, Wallabies snatch late win. 21-18, full match highlights and analysis. Wallabies edge Fiji before British and Irish Lions Test Rugby highlights 2025. Warning, the Wallabies' latest performance against Fiji is a wake-up call, and not just for Australian fans. In a heart-stopping 21-18 victory, the team barely escaped embarrassment ahead of their looming Test series against the British and Irish Lions. Here's why the Lions might be sleeping a little easier tonight. Australia's unconvincing win over Fiji exposed glaring weaknesses that will keep coach Joe Schmidt up at night. Despite dominating early with a 14-0 lead, the Wallabies imploded after halftime, conceding 2 tries and trailing 18-14 before a last-gasp try by Harry Wilson, converted by Ben Donaldson, saved face in the 78th minute. The real alarm bells, though, rang loudest in the team's defensive fragility and inability to close out games, a lethal combo against a powerhouse like the Lions. But here's where it gets controversial. Fiji was robbed of a potential game-changer when a Surilai McCollar try was overturned due to a marginal foot-in-touch call. Replays left fans, and commentators, divided. Was it the right decision, or a harsh ruling that changed the outcome? The Islanders' resurgence after half-time, capped by a stunning Salesi Rayasi try, proved they weren't just playing for pride. Meanwhile, a Caleb Muntz penalty gave Fiji the lead, forcing Australia into a desperate scramble to avoid one of the greatest upsets in recent memory. Compounding Australia's worries, fly half Noah Lolisio's terrifying exit on a medical cart with 20 minutes left. Diagnosed with a possible concussion and neck injury, his status for the July 19 Lions Test hangs in the balance. While cleared of significant damage, the loss of their key playmaker would be devastating, especially given the Lions' ruthless attacking depth. Post-game, Schmidt pulled no punches. We didn't play well enough to make anyone think we're about to roll over the Lions. There's no real confidence yet, just a quiet resolve. He acknowledged the team's disjointedness after only 5 training sessions, but the clock is ticking. To think would be seamless after 6 months apart was always a stretch, he admitted. Now we've got 2 weeks to turn this around. Can they do it? The Lions, meanwhile, are watching with interest. With Australia's injury list growing and their defence leaking tries, Farrell's squad has every right to feel bullish. But Schmidt warned, quiet resolve can build into something dangerous over 3 tests. The question is, will it be enough? So, here's the million-dollar question: are the Lions now unstoppable favourites, or can Australia transform in 14 days? And was that disallowed Fiji try a fair call, or a robbery? Let us know in the comments. Wallabies edge out Fiji in thrilling comeback victory. In a thrilling encounter, the Wallabies narrowly triumphed over Fiji, leaving coach Joe Schmidt with mixed feelings of frustration and relief. This match marked their only test before facing the formidable British and Irish Lions. The Wallabies found themselves on the brink of suffering yet another historic defeat to Fiji, but a last-minute try from their captain, Harry Wilson, clinched a 21-18 victory in Newcastle during their Sunday afternoon showdown. Fiji aimed to secure back-to-back wins against Australia for the first time, as this was their first meeting since the Wallabies' dismal performance at the 2023 World Cup in France. Despite the ideal weather and a crowd of 28,000, including the prime ministers of both nations, the Wallabies' lackluster performance overshadowed the Lions' own challenges as they prepared for their series opener on July 19 in Brisbane. The Lions had just managed to overcome a weakened Waratahs team in Sydney the previous night. The Wallabies squandered a promising 14-0 lead due to inaccuracies and aimless kicking. Playmaker Noah Lolicio made a questionable decision not to kick the ball dead at halftime, instead opting for a short kick that Fiji capitalized on for a try. Unfortunately, Lolicio had to be stretchered off in the 60th minute after a heavy fall, and hooker Dave Porecki also suffered a concussion early in the match, just days before the Lions squad announcement. Fiji took control in the second half, seizing a 15-14 lead in the 55th minute. They were incredibly unlucky not to score again when the television match official ruled out a try because Australian winger Harry Potter had stepped out of bounds before the ball was turned over to Fiji. Some of it was frustration and some of it was relief, Schmidt reflected after the match. ## match summary. *** penalty goals **0. *** tries **3, Wallabies, 2, Fiji. *** conversions **3, Wallabies, 1, Fiji. *** drop goals **0. Carries ** 129, Wallabies, 130, Fiji. Line breaks ** 9, Wallabies, 6, Fiji. Turnovers lost ** 19, Wallabies, 15, Fiji. Turnovers won * 2, Wallabies, 6, Fiji. To find ourselves in that situation after we built a nice lead early in the game, it was certainly a relief when Harry got over and dotted it down, that's for sure, Schmidt added. He acknowledged that the upcoming Lions series might have influenced their performance, despite their efforts to concentrate solely on the threat posed by Fiji. I think it is inevitable to a degree. We were watching the game last night with the Warriors playing the Lions. I have no doubt that might leak in, but I certainly wouldn't be looking to use it as an excuse. Schmidt pointed out that there were numerous areas needing improvement, particularly in skill execution, as 2 tries were disallowed due to forward passes from fullback Tom Wright. He noted that while the scrum and lineout performed well, they still required further refinement before facing the Lions. If you put those things together, you're already in a much stronger position in terms of controlling the result, at least. We haven't been together for 6 months and have had 5 trainings, so expecting seamless performance was more of a hope than a belief that it would happen immediately. Now we have another short runway to try to improve from where we were today. While this performance may heighten expectations for a clean sweep by the Lions, who remain unbeaten in 3 matches against Super Rugby teams, Schmidt felt that not much had changed for his squad. We didn't play well enough today for people to expect that we're going to come charging into Brisbane and take down the Lions. But I'm not sure that expectation was there before today. We just need to cultivate that quiet determination, inch by inch, as we work our way toward that goal. What do you think? Are the Wallabies ready to face the Lions, or do they need more time to gel as a team? Share your thoughts in the comments. Wallabies' last-minute triumph over Fiji, a thrilling pre-Lions test match. Imagine the tension of a rugby match where the final seconds decide everything. This was the reality for the Wallabies as they edged out Fiji 21-18 in a nail-biting showdown in Newcastle. Captain Harry Wilson became the hero of the hour, scoring a last-gasp try that sealed a dramatic victory for Australia ahead of their highly anticipated series against the British and Irish Lions. But here's where it gets controversial. The game was filled with twists, missed opportunities, and a few contentious decisions that left fans debating long after the final whistle. The Wallabies, in their only warm-up match before facing the Lions, started strongly, taking an early 14-0 lead thanks to tries from Dave Porecki and Fraser McReight. Porecki, returning to the field for his first Wallabies game since 2023, made an immediate impact, scoring despite being forced off after just 15 minutes due to a head injury. His try came from a powerful driving maul, a tactic where the forwards pack together and drive forward to break through the defence. McReight's score later in the first half came after a flowing attacking move, showcasing the team's potential when their play clicked. However, Fiji refused to back down. Salesi Rayasi's stunning try just before halftime injected new life into the Fijian side, reigniting hopes of repeating their 2023 Rugby World Cup success and securing back-to-back wins against Australia for the first time. The visitors extended their lead in the second half through Lekima Tagitagivalu, who finished off a long-range effort after Fiji capitalized on a penalty. For a moment, it seemed the Fijians might steal the victory, especially after Surilai McCullough appeared to score a try that was later disallowed due to a minor infringement by Wallabies winger Harry Potter. This decision, which many fans questioned, highlighted the fine margins that can define a match. With just minutes remaining, Fiji led 18-14, but the Wallabies fought back with resilience. A crucial penalty allowed them to set up a driving maul, and Wilson, showing incredible determination, burrowed over for the match-winning try as time expired. The conversion by Ben Donaldson sealed the win, leaving the crowd in awe. Yet, the victory came with a sour note. Fly half Noah Lolesio suffered a suspected neck injury after a heavy tackle and was stretchered off, raising concerns about his availability for the Lions series. This game was more than just a test of skill, it was a lesson in adaptability and focus. As the Wallabies prepare to face the Lions in Brisbane on July 19, there's much to work on. Joseph Okuso-Swalii, the Wallabies' outside centre, emphasised the importance of fundamentals like the breakdown and catch pass, areas where the team struggled at times. Meanwhile, Fiji's captain Tagitagivalu praised his team's effort, calling it a proud moment despite the heartbreak of losing in the final minutes. So, what does this win mean for the Wallabies? Was it a sign of readiness, or just a lucky escape? And should the disallowed try against Fiji have changed the outcome? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Whether you're a seasoned rugby fan or new to the sport, this match offers a perfect case study in how pressure, precision, and a little bit of luck can shape the outcome of even the most physical contests. Stay tuned for our live coverage of the Lions tests, starting with the first clash in Brisbane next month. Wallabies vs Lions, can Australia upset the odds? Series preview and injury update. Imagine being the underdog with the whole world doubting you, and still believing you can pull off the impossible. That's the Wallabies' reality right now as they face off against the formidable British and Irish Lions in their first test in Brisbane. Despite a nail-biting 21-18 win over Fiji in their warm-up match, Australia's chances look slim. Injuries are piling up, errors on the field are costly, and uncertainties hang over key positions. Yet, within the team, a quiet resolve is brewing, a determination to improve inch by inch, no matter the odds. Coach Joe Schmidt embodies this calm resolve, even describing himself as not a confident person. His ambition? Not lofty victories, but gradual growth. That quiet resolve, hopefully over the 3-match series, can build to something, he says. The stakes are high, the Wallabies are still rebuilding after a devastating 2023 World Cup loss to Fiji, which hit rock bottom. Their recent win over the Flying Fijians, a team ranked 9th globally and poised to join Tier 1 competition, was a relief, thanks to captain Harry Wilson's last-gasp try. But the path to victory was far from smooth. The match in Newcastle started promisingly, with Australia leading 14-0 and dominating territory. But a single poor kick sparked a Fiji resurgence, fueled by missed tackles and the brilliance of centre Joshua Tuizover. By half-time, the Fijians had narrowed the gap, setting up a frenetic second half. 100% we should have gone in 14-0, but Fiji are world-class, admitted Joseph Okuso-Swalii, the highly touted rugby league recruit whose muted performance against Tuizover raised eyebrows, especially given the Lions' powerhouse centres, Sione Tuipulotu and Bundyaki. Injuries are another major hurdle. Star players like back-to-back John Eales medalist Rob Valetini, calf, Lockwell Skelton, and scrum half Jake Gordon missed the Fiji clash, though Schmidt insists they'll be ready for the Lions. Less certain is fly half Noah Lolesio, who exited in a medicab with a suspected serious neck injury. Front row starters James Slipper and David Porecki also left injured, leaving Schmidt with scant clarity on his squad ahead of Friday's selection. Schmidt's sleepless nights will be filled with questions. Can Australia's scrum and line-out reward their efforts? Will skill errors like forward passes, which cost 2 tries against Fiji, be ironed out? And can the wingers resist kicking blindly to build sustained pressure? The coach hasn't ruled out embracing an underdog mindset, but is blunt: we didn't play well enough for people to think we'll just roll into Brisbane and beat the Lions. So, can quiet resolve overcome the Lions' might? History says underdogs rarely win such series, but Schmidt's process-driven approach has worked before. The bigger question, will fans buy into this low-key strategy, or are they hungry for bolder moves? Let us know, do you think the Wallabies' gradual grind can stun the Lions, or is it time for a risky rethink? Australia vs Fiji Rugby 2024, Wallabies snatch late win. 21-18, full match highlights and analysis. **** They won the match, but did they lose the war? That's the question haunting the Wallabies after a heart-stopping, last-gasp victory over Fiji that felt more like a dire warning than a celebration. In a dramatic clash that went down to the wire, Australia managed to snatch a 21-18 win against a formidable Fijian side. However, the mood in the Australian camp was far from triumphant. In fact, head coach Schmidt delivered a brutally honest assessment that should send a chill down the spine of every Wallabies supporter with the British and Irish Lions tour looming. With just 1 minute left on the clock, it was Captain Harry Wilson who powered over the try line, grounding the ball under immense pressure to rescue his team from the brink of a humiliating defeat. This single act of strength denied Fiji a legendary victory on Australian soil, something they haven't achieved in over 70 years. The final score stood at Australia 21, Fiji 18. But here's where the Real story begins. Instead of celebrating the result, Coach Schmidt was candid about his team's lackluster performance, suggesting it was nowhere near the standard required to challenge the incoming Lions. In a moment of startling honesty that could spark debate, Schmidt essentially told the world his team isn't ready. We didn't play well enough for people to have the expectation that we're going to come bowling into Brisbane and knock the Lions over, Schmidt confessed, managing expectations with a dose of harsh reality. But I'm not sure that expectation was there before this game. We're just going to have to build that quiet resolve, inch by inch. His relief at avoiding a loss was palpable, but it was immediately overshadowed by his concern. I am massively relieved, because you want to get a result, he admitted. But I am disappointed with the performance. 13 days' time, we won't be afforded the number of errors that Fiji gave us. The match itself was a rollercoaster of momentum. Australia initially seemed to be in a comfortable position, with tries from hooker Dave Porecki and flanker Fraser McReight giving them a solid 14-5 lead as halftime approached. However, Fiji, still riding their high from their 2023 Rugby World Cup victory over the Wallabies, had other plans. Just before the break, debutant Salesi Rayasi, a former New Zealand seven-star, executed a brilliant finish to narrow the gap. The second half saw Australia's struggles continue, with a potential third try from Ben Donaldson being disallowed due to a forward pass. Fiji capitalised. Wallabies edge Fiji before British and